Hello.
On your toes.
I'm literally sitting.
Okay.
Could not be less on my toes.
That works.
So we want to hear something fucking crazy.
Wait, look, are you kidding?
Oh yeah, she's
She's so baby.
just quietly oinking as I'm petting her. Her little tail.
Don't even say anything.
Wasn't going to. Her little tail just keeps like wagging every couple of seconds.
Baby.
She's like drifting off to sleep, and then we'll wake up for a second and wag, and then drifts back off to sleep.
She was sitting here on the couch earlier just like this. Just like slowly, like how my mom used to say a lot, like, I'm not sleeping, I'm just resting my eyes.
Yeah.
That was what Iggy was giving.
That's dad's watching TV in the afternoon.
I texted, speaking of dads, I texted my dad and I told him that I want to watch basketball with him because it's college basketball season.
Of course.
And he got really excited. I was
Bro,
like, we
it's
can go to
March.
like a sports bar and like watch basketball.
You and I haven't done this.
I know, because we're not friends in real life.
What?
I texted him and told, what did I tell him? Like, I said we could go to ML Rose. Eli and I have been to ML Rose and watched basketball before, way back in the day.
ML Rose is great.
We can go there because my dad every year goes to the Auburn, UK basketball games. My dad's
Didn't they just play?
Yeah, my dad's from Kentucky. They played last weekend, and he used to take his dad, but his dad's getting kind of old, and so like stadium is just like not really the vibe. He can't go to Rupp Arena. That man's like 83.
Yeah, Rupp is crazy.
So then he started taking my mom. Very
Nice.
cute. My mom is like supportive girlfriend energy with anything my dad does. It's very endearing, very sweet. But my mom just had surgery on her foot, so she couldn't go. My dad went by himself, which is great. Do your thing, Dad. Dad, if you're watching, I know you're not. I love you so much. Do your thing. I know you love your alone time. And I think that could be really sad. And if you wanted to watch basketball with me, that would be really fun. I texted him and I was like, we should do this. Like, there's a lot of college basketball coming up. It's the beginning of March. We can go to a bar. And I was like, even if, because Kentucky's ass this season. And I was like, even if, Kentucky gets kicked out of the playoffs, like, pretty quickly, like, I'll just watch any team with you. It doesn't matter. I was like, I just want to spend time with my dad. And my dad was like, I just want to spend time with you, too. It's the washer.
That is crazy.
It's the washer. It's every
Sounds like
time.
someone's trying to rip a hole in the
The
wall.
main line.
What is happening?
Rachel's calling.
This is so much that's going on right now. Are we going to put her on the air?
Oh, call ended. Bitch. Calling her back right now.
Oh, man.
And I'm going to put her on air.
Iggy, oh my God, she's just...
Hey, dude, sorry, I forgot you were recording.
It's okay. I'm recording right now. You're on live. You're live on air.
Hello. Oh my gosh, I forgot what I was calling about. Specifically, that was the one note she got at the vet today.
What,
She's
Iggy?
super good, but she's hella overweight. So,
We're looking
regulating.
for a lifestyle change for Queen Iggy.
Yeah.
She's looking a little thick.
Yeah, Thickums McGee. I was like advocating that she was only a heckin' chunker, but
No.
She's
my
a full-on
vet's
dump
trying to
truck.
say that she is more classified under all Lord she coming on the
On the scale.
that's like an actual chart they have in their house or in their office or whatever. Yeah.
Okay, well, I was just
Settled around Mega Hung and Chonker.
calling you to see if you were dead. And then after I hung up, I remembered that you were going to go back to the office before you came home.
Yeah,
Also,
I'm
Eli wants to
crazy.
know if he can have one of your Sprites.
Yes, that's fine.
Yes!
Go get it right now so we can settle in.
All right. So,
Egg, come on. Lock in.
hang on. Okay, this is the best sound in the world. Hold on.
I have often said that if I were ever a famous
good.
rapper, a la Wiz Khalifa, how his sound right before he starts rapping is a lighter sound. Mine would be the sound of a Diet Coke opening.
Oh, that's actually a great idea.
Thank you. I don't know why you're surprised.
Not surprised,
That's
just
actually a good idea.
impressed.
I'm like, all right.
impressed. So speaking of parents, you talk about loving your dad so much.
I do.
Let's talk about some shit my mom did to my brother.
I'm so scared.
So somehow so for the listeners who are uninitiated, my mother and I haven't spoken in years. We've had barely no contact, barely any contact. Sorry, wow, that was weird. Barely any contact since I was like 18. And but my brothers still have like very fleeting relationships with her. And so somehow Sam, the middle brother, had access to his Amazon account. Like she was using it to like order something, or he had to order stuff for her. And so somehow she had access to it. My mother is 70 years old, about to turn 71, and is therefore a fucking boomer and does not understand technology. She got by one of those scams. Someone got access to her Amazon account, and so Sam has had to cancel all of his cards. He has had to, like, when he gets new ones, he now has to sign up for like every subscription service that he has. That is just a colossal pain in the ass. And so, like, for all the reasons to hate our mother, she just tacked on a pretty fucking additional big one.
Oh yeah,
that's insane.
Like almost causing fraud.
Yes.
Like, yeah.
Well,
or encouraging fraud.
She was defrauded, but Sam unfortunately found out very quickly and has fixed it. But yeah,
lucky for Sam, he didn't get the same section of the gene pool you did, and he was smart enough to figure it out. Igg, come sit up here. I don't know why you're being sad.
Well, to my
Pat
credit,
the couch next to you.
Iggy, come here. To my credit, I never gave my mother access to my fucking Amazon account.
That's
so
fair.
Who's really the dumb one?
That's fair.
Yeah. Oh,
He
yeah.
wants
She's
to
got a
get-
little bone.
Yeah.
Oh, she's got it. Hell yeah.
She'll be back. Don't worry, listener.
She definitely will.
She'll be back. Don't worry.
The other thing that I wanted to bring up that's not important at all is I follow this guy on Instagram named Tim Nacky. He's this Australian guy. And he's doing this thing right now. He's been doing similar things over, like, every so often, but I've discovered him because he was doing this thing where he bet one hand of, like, online blackjack a day. And every time he bets anything, he bets 10 cents for every follower he has.
Sure.
He grew to the point where he was betting over $100,000 a hand. And so it's like the most riveting, crazy shit to watch for like 30 seconds.
Right.
This man is betting six figures a day. Well, anyway, he's doing now where it's like similar, like bet $1,000 more every day. And I was just watching it over there, and this man just won a $58,000 hand of blackjack and like almost fell out of his chair.
What was the buy-in? $100,000?
$58,000.
So So how much did he win?
$116,000.
Oh, okay.
But
he only made what?
$58,000.
Oh, okay.
So he doubles his. But that's insane. That's like what I make a year.
Me and Eli explaining math to me. Because I'm like, what did he make?
Well,
and
he
you're
bets
like,
that much.
58. And I'm like, no, but what did he
much.
profit? 58. But he didn't make that much. No, he made more than that. But so what did he walk away with? Like 58.
Yeah.
Very like patiently explaining math to me.
I gamble, not frequently, but I'm very aware of gambling.
Yeah.
You gamble never.
No, are you kidding?
That's
Why
what we
the
should
fuck
do.
would I gamble?
Bro, we're going to watch basketball and we're going to bet $10 on a game.
Okay, I would do that.
We're going to go nuts.
I would do
over
that.
$10.
I would do that. The work trip that I was just on, I had to fly through the Vegas airport.
Oh, yeah.
And I did not realize when people were talking about how there are slot machines at the terminals, they're not fucking around. They are like, you get off the plane and sit your ass in that chair and yoink on the slots. It's crazy.
I told you. It's more...
It's like so overwhelming,
It's
too.
for people when they arrive, yes. I think it's more for people as they're leaving.
Oh, sure.
Like Vegas is like, we know you got another $20 in your pocket.
Yeah.
Put it in this machine.
You didn't get to go to the casino because your bestie blacked out and you had to, keep them from committing a crime. Play the slots here at the airport.
Yeah. We're going to drain every last penny out of your
It was very
bank
overwhelming.
account.
I was just trying to eat a bagel. You know what I mean?
Aren't we
I had
all?
a hankering
For a bagel?
For a bagel, dude. And I could not scratch that itch in the Las Vegas airport until I found an Einstein's and I almost cried.
Einstein's is where
fuck
it's at.
yeah, dude.
Speaking of bagels, my buddy Scott.
You ever been to Creve Hall Bagel? Not to out where I live, but have you ever been to Creve Hall Bagel in Creve Hall?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Take my joy. Awesome.
Come on, I'm Jewish. I know bagels.
You know it's owned by Jews. Did you know that?
I feel like
Have we talked about this before?
All bagels
Maybe we
tangentially
have.
are owned by Jews, I think.
That's fair.
But speaking
Jews
of
from New York who moved here
the real ones.
right before that's not what I said. Who moved here right before COVID, and then during COVID,
and then they brought COVID.
They
with
were
them.
like, "Oh, what are we gonna do?" And they're like, "Well, we can make bagels." And then they like delivered them to their neighbors, and then their neighbors were delivering them to other people, and then now they have a storefront.
It's like a pyramid scheme.
But with
that
bagels.
works on a couple levels.
But with bagels,
because the Jews built the pyramids. So my buddy Scott,
bagels.
I thought you were about to say I love the pyramids.
No.
So my
I
buddy
love
Scott is a heavier set guy.
Sure.
And he would do this thing where he'd puff out his belly.
Oh, I'm scared.
Put his fingers like this.
No.
And
no.
his belly button would look like a hairy bagel.
No, that's so nasty.
That's a combination of words you cannot unhear.
That is vile. That's
Marching
so
band in college
nasty.
was a lot of fun.
Also, we've been talking for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Haven't said anything.
We should probably, like, do the intro, yeah?
Okay, you ready to get started?
Yeah.
Okay. Welcome back to the Pyramid, guys, gals, and non-binary pals. My name is Amanda, and I'm your host every single freaking week, except for the weeks that I'm fucking not.
And I'm Eli, the dipshit participation trophy of co-hosts.
Slay.
Work.
We have a bunch of emails.
And I also have a thing to share.
Okay, what?
I gotta open. Wait. Oh, God, the pressure.
Why is Gmail structured like this? I don't want to see all my inboxes all at once. I want to see the one.
You
Stop
can
showing
change
me all
that setting.
No, I can't. I
Yeah.
can't, or I haven't been able to figure it out. Okay.
That's what it is. All right, Boomer, give me your phone.
Okay.
Should I do my thing first?
I feel like you're going to interrupt me either way.
First. You do the emails first.
Okay. This one's from Morgan. She has her name. Okay, never mind. I was going to be like, I have to bleep that out. She says, "Hi, I'm Morgan, and I'm a new listener. I just had a comment about what you said about the episode."
What a Morgan.
From Sister Showdown, which is the drag episode.
Okay.
Allegedly drag. She said, "I don't think the Kinky Boots dance was wrong for Rockville, Maryland, because Maryland is a very progressive state, and it's not at all like doing electricity in Lancaster. While Rockville is not a big city, I think that people there have similar attitudes to New Yorkers as far as dance and themes that they will view as acceptable."
Cool.
Good to know.
Yeah.
I only said that, I think, if I'm remembering correctly, because the dance mom said it, but
Yeah,
I also probably agreed with them. So this is good to know.
I think... I don't know.
Also,
that you
slay
agreed.
Maryland for being progressive.
No, Maryland is very
Which,
far
yeah,
left, as far as
most
states go.
Most of New England tends to be that
A lot
way.
of them,
Yeah. You know?
Yeah, I don't recall you saying anything like that. It was just kind of echoing the moms, and I don't know that she was directing that at you. I think she was just like, "Hey, dance moms, you're wrong about."
Slay Rockville.
What if she's like from Rockville? Not to out anyone, we don't know.
No, yeah, but also
She's like, "That's my city."
yeah, and I mean, stand
And
on
that's how
business.
she-
You
that's
know what
how
I
she
mean?
talks,
Like,
too.
I love that for you. Do you want to do your thing?
I'm patient.
No, you're not. And I have like 3 more emails.
Do your emails.
Okay, this one's from can I say this
Our
person's name?
emails.
Well, no. This one's
Your
This one's from Cassandra. I think that this person's written it before. Okay, she says, "Hello, Amanda and Eli, the elder millennial." True. Derogatory.
I'm actually smack dab in the middle of the age range.
What? Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm like exactly in the middle.
Interesting. I was born the last year of millennials and the first year of Gen Z.
What is the first year? Wait.
The first year of Gen Z and the last year of being a millennial.
Oh, you're a cusper.
So I'm like
you have
cusper.
but you have such Gen Z energy.
That's
though.
so hurtful.
It's
That's like the
not.
most hurtful thing you've ever said to me.
Gen
actually.
Zs are better than
Except for the
millennials.
time that you told me that I was dumb and not funny.
When
Which
did I say that?
I think about me saying this to you all the time since I said it. When Eli and I were hanging out in real life a couple weeks ago, we went to see that show, and I said something to you, and you disagreed with me, and I was like, "Oh, so I'm dumb and not funny. Got it." And you were like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" It's like, got it. No, I got it.
It's so funny because you're 100% projecting when you do that because you tell me those things all the time.
So true. It's so true. Okay.
Hello.
She says, "It's Cass, self-proclaimed friend of the pod. I just have a quick request. I'm sorry if I called you a name you don't prefer, Cass. Could we, in all caps, and then in parentheses, consensually yet aggressively, with a gun and a devil emoji."
Oh, wait. I was going to say that's my favorite way to do
I
things.
knew that you were going to say that. Have Rachel hate watch a single episode and be a guest on the pod. Are you locked in?
I'm locked in with Iggy right now.
Ig, stop being so distracting. Sit down.
So cute.
Cass wants to have Rachel watch an episode of the pod.
I heard.
I think it would be fun to get another perspective and to get to know the lucky gal that gets to call herself Iggy's mom. What a freak. Anyway, here's my pyramid of the week.
Yes.
Bottom, living in a snowy climate. I'm depressed, vitamin D deficient, and I am so effing tired of shoveling snow. Never shoveled snow in my life. I don't know what that's like because I'm from Tennessee, but
It sucks.
Sounds like it's ass.
It does suck. Snow is beautiful when you don't have to deal with it literally all the time.
When you get to like be home. Yeah, and it melts. You know, it's like 2 days out of the year or whatever.
Yeah.
Not
and
like
so,
constant.
and it's like a nice little break for us for like people up north, that's just the day now.
Yeah.
You just have to deal with it being snowy.
You gotta figure it out.
Everything takes longer to do.
Yeah.
It takes longer to get dressed, takes longer to commute, blah, blah, blah. So I get it. It's so pretty, though.
The middle is work trainings. She says, I love learning and talking about child development. I just don't love to be forced to do it for 2 hours on Zoom after 8 hours of caring for toddlers. Every meeting...
Oh, fuck that.
Every meeting day should be a day that we're closed. Fair.
I said that same thing about schools and professional development.
Real as fuck, actually.
I absolutely should not be staying for another hour after I have already taught.
Oh, we didn't do that. We did it
multiple times a week.
No.
Yeah.
We did our professional development on breaks or half days, which is fine because I'd rather do it then than after a day of school. Okay,
if you're not watching the video feed right now, you must.
If you're not watching the video feed of the pyramid, you're only getting half the story. That's a Drag Race reference, which you would know if you cared about the gays.
She just scooted herself. Did she?
No.
Her butt
too
was
busy
over
roasting
here.
you.
She kicked her feet against the back of the couch, so she scooted herself over. Oh my! She can't reach.
Squirmy wormy. Being a freako.
Look at this.
The top of the pyramid is creating a full wall of my 6-year-old niece's art that she gave me this weekend as a constant reminder that I am loved. And if I ever took the emergency exit out of life, I'd be traumatizing this amazing little human for the rest of her life. And that simply cannot happen.
That's
true as
so
fuck.
Cute.
True as fuck. I must keep fighting through this hellscape for her at the very least.
Fuck
True
yeah,
as
dude.
fuck. Song of the week, The View Between the Villages by Noah Kahn. Cass. I need you to slide in and please talk to me about Noah Kahn. I love him, and I don't love him as a person. I think his vibe is kind of freaky, and if I met him at a bar, I would cover my drink. However, I love some of his music. He's like so talented. The View Between the Villages is a great song. His song Paul Revere, yeah, I'm gonna cry every time I hear it, actually. Paul Revere, Halloween, Homesick, Orange Juice, Call Your Mom, crying. Okay, anyway, I wish you safe travels on your upcoming trip. Your anxiety about travel is valid even if you're getting a paid trip to a tropical destination. A read for sure. I hope you have at least some time to unwind, and please read a nice book at the beach or something. Please take pictures. You have to stop.
I'm just petting
She's
her belly.
fucking this up. I finished a book called Piranesi by Susanna Clark. It is very good. If you're a person who's into classics, like the classics, I think you would really enjoy Piranesi because it kind of reads like an academic classic. It reads like a book that I would have read in like AP English.
Sure. And
then I read a book called Pizza Girl, and it's like 190 pages. Like I read it on one of the plane rides. It was really little. And it's about a girl who delivers pizza. She's 18, she's pregnant, and she becomes obsessed with the woman that she delivers pizza to, and there's gay stuff in it. And it's great. So I read both of those, and then I started a book called Death in the Downline, which is a murder mystery about an MLM. That's fiction, allegedly. And they're all great.
Sounds fun.
The end. Okay. Let's see.
Wait, you said something in there, and I forget what it was. Dang it. Oh, the Wall of Childhood Art. So So at Second Harvest where I work, we had a bunch. There was like this second grade class that came and volunteered one time, and then they all drew pictures of like what Second Harvest means to them. So some kids
really
drew like food items. Some tried to draw the building. Some just did like the logo or whatever. And so we have them displayed in our volunteer
As you
center.
should. As you should.
They have been for over a calendar year.
That's so sweet.
Yeah, we were gonna
sweet.
Honestly, we were gonna do this thing where it's like, here's all the cool things about Second Harvest, ways to get involved, blah blah. But instead, I was like, no, we're using that whole board for this.
Oh,
we're
that's
not
really
doing
sweet.
we're not doing anything else.
Okay. This email is from Shauna, bestie of the pod. Yes. Ooh. Okay. What?
I got a DM from her too.
Slay. Okay. Dear Honey and Fought.
What a callback.
That is such a callback.
What a callback.
New-ish time listener, first-time caller here. I hope you're standing by. I am, obviously, always.
Well, we're sitting.
I read this email while I was in Hawaii, and it made me giggle. My name is Shauna, she, her. You can absolutely use my name if you read this in the pod. No pressure, as I'm sure this will be way too long, LOL. I just wanted to say I'm obsessed with your podcast. The subject line of this email is help, I'm caught up and I don't know what to listen to now. I'm obsessed with your podcast. I started listening in late November, early December of 24.
Oh, she was cruising.
She was cranking out content.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Currently caught up on all except for the 2 most recent episodes. I listen on my commutes when I'm at work, and I spend most of my mornings with you guys as well while getting ready for work. Yeah, I'm gonna cry. As the others have stated, I feel like I'm hanging out with my besties when I'm listening to you guys. I'm always talking to my boyfriend Richie about something Amanda and Eli have said, as if I've just been hanging out with you guys for the whole day.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. I truly believe if we lived in the same state, we would be friends because we are always on the same wavelength. Stick with me here. I know I'm listening to a couple years worth of podcasts in a couple months' time, but like Amanda, I was in the process of buying and moving into a new house when I was listening to her go through it. I'm currently watching Parks and Rec, which you quote all the time.
Hell yeah.
And I swear to God, I was quoting when Eli said, I got some banana bread at work today, dude. Hell yeah. For 3 days. And I listened back to it while having it stuck in my head, and I realized that Eli was the one who said that in the podcast.
Amazing.
She said, I'm also a former teacher, as is my boyfriend, because fuck that. I swear there are so many more things we have in common, but my brain is mush right now, and maybe I'll write back another day when I have more than half a brain cell rolling around in there. Mostly,
Tell
I just
me what
wanted.
that's like.
Yeah, he'll never know. Mostly, I just wanted to say thank you so much for being such a bright and fun and funny part of my day. Your podcast truly gives me something to look forward to every single day. I hope you both are doing well and continue to thrive because you both deserve it. Yes, even Eli. That's awesome. If you have stuck around this long, thank you so much for taking the time to read this. I will leave you with my pyramid and song of the week. Bottom of the pyramid, catching up on your podcast and having to wait each week, except for the weeks when you're not, to listen. Middle is getting more hours at work. I have a chronic illness called POTS, and it left me
POTS, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, POTS. Yeah. I don't know why I said POTS. POTS.
Oh.
And it left me unable to work for a long time. I started working 4 to 5 hours a week in May of 2023, and now I am currently riding in the 25 to 30 range.
Nice.
Love being able to push myself, but man, is your girl tired.
Sure.
Feels rewarding, and it boosts my confidence, but it definitely is hard to adjust to. The top is I'm getting a massage on Tuesday, and I read this like Chris Traeger because that's how I say this word now. Literally cannot wait.
Literally.
I'm so excited I could cry. Song of the week is Cotton Candy by Youngblood. Bitch, when I tell you, I love that British man with every fiber of my being. And also the song Cotton Candy by Youngblood fucks. I love that song, and I love him, and he is so hot, it makes me want to throw up into my tears. It's crazy. That was all me. This person did say that, sorry. Amanda, I'm standing on business. I love him. He's insane. I love you guys. Thank you so much for reading. Okay, and then she said goodbye, like the way that you say it.
Goodbye.
From your hopefully soon-to-be bestie of the pod, Shauna.
Hell yeah,
Very
dude.
slay. I love that feeling, too, of like quoting a person, a million times. Because I get that way with internet people that I really like, where like I'll walk around and say things that an internet person that I really like says. So that's really fun.
For sure.
I have one more.
Well, I also have something from Shauna, though.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going
What
to
you
add
got?
on. She sent me a DM and said, I'm listening to the latest episode of the pod. I'm so sorry that you lost your brother's pet, because that was my bottom of the pyramid last time.
Yeah.
So I lost the love of my life just over a month ago, and I'm still so heartbroken.
Ugh.
It's hard. Here's a picture of Buggy, her cat.
Let me see.
Very cute.
Let me see the baby. We're like, we don't, the hands, this is just a screenshot. The little folded, like, old man arms. I can't, dude. It's so cute. Okay. This next one is from Tony. I'm going to edit some of this because we're running super overtime. We're already, like, clocking 30 minutes in. Look at the little hands of the little baby. He's so cute.
So cute.
Can you airdrop that picture to me? So I need to put it here so that people know what I'm talking about.
Right.
Okay, Tony says, what is up, my party people? This is the local behind-the-scenes correspondent and Dance with Shira of Line 3 with some news on the Coke font. Excuse me. To answer Amanda's thought about the Coke and Candy Apples Dance Center font, both use the... Why is Eli texting me? Both use the Spencerian, Spencerian script font. And to answer Amanda's question about how Abby met Shangela, they met when Shangela was filming one of the first seasons of Drag Race, but not sure how I'm not exactly how... Oh my god, I'm having a stroke. I'm not exactly sure how they met, but that's when they met. I want to know why. I still don't understand. That's so insane to me. Let's see. Let me get to the pyramid of life for this man. The bottom of the pyramid of life is work drama because it's stupid, unnecessary, and toxic for the workplace. Eli hates drama and tea, specifically in the workplace. That's true.
It's true. So
yeah,
annoying.
he hates it. So he
annoying.
stands with you in that. He is your brother in that fight. Middle of the pyramid is buying manga because holy shit, it's a lot of money, but at least I have the first 9 volumes of Demon Slayer plus some other ones. Top of the pyramid is the fact that I got a new car. Also got a new car.
Dope.
On your new car shit. Song of the week is Different Beasts from the Thunder Saga. I could see it being used for a large group routine using both the junior elite team and the select ensemble team, where the junior elite team is portrayed by the titular Different Beast that was created by the select ensemble. Anyways, I tell you what, good night, bestie of the pod, Alyssa. So he's
Hell
also
yeah.
saying good night, Alyssa.
Oh, yeah.
From Tony, King of the Coke Employees, bestie of the pod, Dan Tashira of Line 3, Line 3's Lord and Savior, and the behind-the-scenes correspondent in the main girly of Idaho.
That's dope.
Slay.
I have to interrupt. I have to poop real bad. I'm going to go upstairs and do that.
Oh my God. I'm going to kick this man out of my house. If you blow out my bathroom, I'm going to kill you.
No, I just don't want you to hear it, so I'm not going down there.
If that man, Iggy, lock in. If he ruins my bathroom with his nasty boy poops, I can hear him upstairs in the bathroom too. That's what's so gross. Anyway, okay, so this is just Amanda at this point. Oh my God, let's talk really quick. Let's yap. Let's chat. Let's see. My Hawaii trip was really fun. I don't know if anybody remembers that that's where I was going, but I was. And it was really fun. And it was a good time. I'm going to be really honest. I'm going to give some compliments while he's gone because I would never say this to his face. I love that I get to do this with Eli. I'm going to be totally honest. When I reached out to him and asked him if he was willing to do this with me, I was really, really hoping he would say yes. Because I have a very special place in my heart for Mr. Farmer. And we've been friends for 6 years at this point, like something stupid. And oh my gosh, I'm getting emotional. His friendship is very important to me, and I'm very glad that it's around. And like he's texting me while he's pooping. This is crazy. I'm like talking about how much I love him and he's pooping. Anyway, I would encourage you, if you're a person listening to this right now who is feeling some type of way about friendships, to foster the ones that you have and take care of them. Love my friendship with Eli, even though he's probably committing a war crime and coating the bowl in my bathroom right now. But yeah, like if you find people like this, if you find people that make you feel the way that like this friendship with Eli makes me feel, like y'all know what this makes me feel, like, cause you can tell, like hold on to that shit for real, for real. The end. I'm going to wait until he is done decimating my toilet.
Yeah.
I talked mad shit about you while you weren't down here. Clap.
That's right. You do that when I'm on
talked
the pod.
Big mad shit about you.
Hell yeah.
There was a lot of mad shit happening in this house while that was going down. Okay.
By the way, can we talk about for whomever is watching the video feed, Iggy was going nuts.
True.
For like the whole time. I was just sitting here and she was on one, dude.
Look at her.
Iggy.
What a little princess.
Come on. You want to come up?
Hi, Piglet.
Are you going to behave?
Okay, we have to start.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Wait, you have to ask me something.
No, we have to do our pyramids of life.
Oh.
And we got to blow through them quick.
Fair.
Because we've been yapping for 30 minutes.
Hell yeah.
Okay, hang on. I have to start a timer ticking.
This is what the people come here for.
Okay. That's actually not true. My analytics prove that most people start listening when we start talking about the episode.
That's so funny.
Which is fine, because it means that we can say whatever we want, and it doesn't matter. You know what I mean?
I have a couple
We're
of
just hanging
friends
out.
who only listen to the opening part. Then when we start talking about dance
Oh,
moms, they
that's
turn
actually
off.
really sweet.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm glad. Sometimes I get weird about the beginning part, but then I'm like, fuck it, who cares?
Virginia, if you're listening, what's up, dude?
Slay. Okay. Oh, also that person on Instagram thinking that I did a Boost Mobile commercial. If you're that person, send me that commercial. Because I want to know what it sounded like. And I hope it was good. If you send it to me and the voice actor is terrible, I'm going to feel really insecure about it. But I want to know because I haven't heard that commercial. So send it to me. I want to know. Okay. What's your bottom of the pyramid? Be quick.
Elon Musk, obviously, but also I just listened
that
to
guy.
a two-part
awful.
episode of The Dollop
Yeah.
that goes like through his entire history. It stops in 2023 as well. This episode came out in March 2023, and it goes through like his whole life. Dude,
He's a terrible person.
Oh my God, like unbelievably so.
Yeah.
And it's born of like insecurity and
Oh my God, yeah.
Like daddy didn't love me and is a piece of shit, and so now
Ew, like Donald Trump.
He's just pining for like attention all the time.
Yeah.
He lies about literally everything.
Yeah.
He's the classic example of someone who failed upward.
Yeah. Yes.
Like
yes.
everything he's been a part of, he lies and lies and lies. Gets kicked out of it, but gets like a severance package or whatever,
right?
And then ends up doing something else. Fails, lies, and fails upwards again. It's so crazy.
It's insane.
And now he thinks he like matters and is important and is actively ruining the United States of America because of his insecurities and because he's a little bitch. Sorry.
Anybody wants to tell me that a fragile male ego doesn't exist? Look at Elon Musk,
dude.
If anybody wants to know why women just like go out with dudes because they're afraid of men, and they're like, why would you be afraid of a man? Look at Elon Musk. You know what I mean? Like, that's it. He is an incel. He is the worst kind of person alive. I hate that man.
Yep.
My bottom of the pyramid is roaches. Cockroaches specifically. Roaches of the cock kind. Because when I went to...
men are bad.
No, because when I went to Hawaii...
Not pussy roaches.
No. Hey, also... Not everybody's gender is attached to their primary sex characteristics. You better watch out.
I think the vast majority are.
I gotcha.
No.
No. Cockroaches in the van. Cockroaches in the van.
Oh, no.
That we rented in Hawaii. We got in the car, turned, like, opened the doors and the lights in the car turned on, and they scattered.
Oh.
It was disgusting, and then we returned it the next day. Okay, what's your middle of the pyramid? We're speed running the middle.
That's fair.
Personal
The middle
pyramids.
of my pyramid is getting groceries because, like, I love like
Speak on it.
having a full
Where do you
pantry and
grocery
a full
shop?
fridge. Kroger.
You go to Kroger?
I'm a
Okay.
man of the people.
I go to Aldi. I'm a man of the people.
Aldi's
First.
nuts?
Aldi's nuts. Oh, I'm so excited to hang out with my sister again.
That's like the hipster man of the people. Like
Aldi?
everyone, yeah,
Aldi's nuts?
yeah, because it's less.
Oh my God, I bought nuts at Aldi last time I went.
That's Aldi's nuts.
Oh my God, I have to text my sister. Everything in my life makes me think about my sister. It's so awesome.
That's hilarious.
Okay,
But anyway, so like it's great having a full pantry, full fridge. You got all the food and snacks and stuff that you could want. Like I got food for the week. This is dope. But also every time I go to the grocery store, it's at least $140.
That's why you have to go to Aldi.
Well, no,
I'm so serious.
I eat a lot.
But Aldi's way cheaper than Kroger. By
Maybe
like a lot.
Maybe I'll get a Costco membership and just drive the 30 minutes out to Smyrna.
Or you should try going to Aldi once and see how much money you save.
Where the hell is Aldi?
I'm going to cut this out.
We
can talk about it later. Yeah. I go to one that's 15 minutes from where we currently are.
Okay.
And it's a good drive.
Kroger's like 3 though.
No, but but think about how much money you save.
But I get the fuel points.
I guess that's fair. The fuel points are kind of sick.
That saves me a lot.
You gotta sign up at the Circle K, bruh. 3 cents off the gal with your phone number.
Yeah, but Kroger's
Come
getting
on.
like 20 cents off the gal, bro.
Yeah, and you're paying $140 for.
I drive a lot.
10 cents off the gal.
I save a lot on gas. And whatever. Getting groceries middle.
My middle of the pyramid is I'm going to say a bunch of words that aren't going to mean anything to you. Are you ready? The beef between Alabama Barker and Bad Baby. It's the middle of the pyramid because...
Wait, Bad Barbie?
Bad
Is she
Baby.
the one who said catch me outside?
That's Bad Baby, yes. Yeah.
I thought it was
It's
Bad
not
Barbie.
Oh.
BHARBIE.
There's no R. It's Baby.
Oh. Have I been making that up in my head this whole time?
Probably.
Oh. Did she put out a diss track or something? Hell yeah.
And it's fire.
Is it good?
Yeah, dude. It's awesome. So she's beefing with Travis.
Oh, she's out of her damn mind.
She's beefing with Travis Barker's daughter.
Wait,
Travis
the
Barker from Blink-182.
drummer?
Yes.
What?
His daughter is...
Why?
I don't know. I haven't really gotten into the lore, but her diss track is fucking crazy.
Okay.
It's
Is
fucking
it on
awesome.
Spotify?
Yes, she is bodied out in the music video. She looks hot as fuck.
Oh, is that not what it's called?
It's called Mrs. Whitman, I think is what it's called. And it's in the middle because at one point she shames Alabama Barker for allegedly terminating a pregnancy, which is like, come on, that's annoying. But
I legitimately
that track.
I thought it was
track
Bad
was
Barbie, but with a Boston accent, like
Bad Bobby. No, not Bad Bobby. No,
That's what I thought it was.
Bad Baby, just spelled wrong.
Well, there's a lot of pink and stuff in it. If you told me that was Bad Barbie, I'd fucking 100% believe that.
No, you got to get your eyes
Just
checked, bro.
Whitman. All right, I'm gonna add this to my queue.
Dude, it's crazy. It's crazy. Also, how did you dump that bottle of air freshener in my bathroom? I can smell it down here.
No, because I sprayed it and then I walked back through the bathroom to put it under the sink. So like I sprayed.
Oh,
and I
it's
walked
on. I'm
through
smelling
it.
you.
You're smelling me.
That's
smelling air freshener.
really funny. I was like, damn, I can smell it from downstairs. That's crazy amounts of air freshener.
Oh yeah.
What did you do? Yeah, what's your top of the pyramid?
The top of my pyramid is this past weekend I went to Chattanooga.
Slay.
First of all, the city of Chattanooga is
great
just
city.
so great, dude.
Oh, yeah. It's a
I
great
just love
city.
it. There's so much outdoor stuff. There's so many like cool bars and restaurants. And my buddy, one of my best friends in the world, Scott, Harry Bagel guy. That's
Keep going.
that's what he is.
Keep going.
He and I we went and got like burgers and beer, and then we went to a WGI competition. We watched indoor
Cute.
drums. One of our college friends
really
is
fun.
the band director at the school that was hosting, so we just showed
That's
up.
fun.
Saw a bunch of like other kids. Or other people that we marched with. One of my former students is teaching one of the world class lines.
Dude,
That's their
did
audio
you freak
theater.
out? Did you know that ahead of time?
I knew he marched there. I didn't know he was
like an
fully
instructor?
on staff there. Yeah, which is, dude, that just warms my heart a lot.
Yeah.
Then we saw like some other friends that were there. We went and got like a little bit day drunk.
Your
on
favorite
like peach
mimosas.
cocktails.
I knew it.
Peach cocktails.
Some fruity thing in the afternoon.
Yep. And then we stumbled around the
Sucker.
Chattanooga Aquarium for a couple hours.
Fun.
Then we went and got Korean takeout and got beer and watched the third Harry Potter movie and then watched more drum corps videos.
Did you kiss later?
Yeah, a bit.
Basically,
Yeah.
yeah. That's basically kissing.
And then we got brunch the next morning, which you know I'm a slut for brunch.
So true.
Dude, it was
So
such a great
true.
weekend.
That's
Shout-
one of like your most primary characteristics. I think that's like one of the first things you told me.
Being a slut for brunch.
Yes.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, I think
But
that's,
yeah, it was a dope weekend.
that's awesome.
Shout out to Scott and Olivia.
Shouts out. Top of my pyramid is I'm feeling very #blessed and grateful and content and whatever. I had a really fun moment while I was on my work trip where I was just like feeling a little reflective. You know, you get by the ocean and you start thinking about your
Yes.
life and whatever.
Very much so.
And I was like, I think I'm good for a minute. And I'm the first person to say, you will agree with me. I have been not good and unwell historically for, some periods of my life.
There's been some up and down.
There's been it's heavy on the down. But I feel like I've gotten a good grip on like who I am and like how I want to be in the world. And I am not even 30. And I am just really glad that I figured I'm like on a path to like understanding what's going on and what's good in the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude.
And I feel good about going. I'm going to be 29 this year.
29?
I knew you were going to say that. And I think everybody's going to say that when they ask me how old I am next time. But I'm really excited to be 30. I'm really excited to like go into that section of my life. I'm getting new headshots this week. I'm getting a new tattoo tomorrow. Like,
Sick.
feeling very #blessed and secure.
I love that.
Getting my money up. Yeah, it's a good time to be me. I'm not going to lie. Got to dick around in Hawaii for work. That's not true. I was not dicking around. I was actually doing my job, and I was
But
pretty
just
busy
in a
that
beautiful
whole time.
place.
Yeah, and then Eli sliding into my DMs on Instagram being like, your dumbass was not looking forward to this trip. And I was like, yeah, I know. That's kind of annoying. I'm actually having a good time. So I'm starting to rethink that a little bit.
Imagine that.
Okay. Are you ready to talk about this episode?
You bet your bottom dollar I am.
Period. Okay, we get into it, yeah.
Yeah.
Egg, are you ready?
You're like, I'm ready for whatever.
Egg, are you ready to see your mom? She's like, I don't know where Rachel is. Okay, this week we're talking about season 4 episode. All of you bitches who skipped the beginning hour, lock in. Here we go. Season 4, episode 14. Family comes first, aka how can I make your pain about myself? We're gonna get into it. Okay.
That's good.
I have some words for Miss Girl Miss Thing.
That's good.
Miss Melissa. I have words for her. Okay. Previously on, we have this like unstoppable like warpath of victory where the ALDC can't lose and whatever. Abby's mom is sick. Mackenzie wanted to be a singer a long time ago, and apparently that's going to be relevant this week. And then also Leslie and Peyton being kicked out. Okay. What?
No, go ahead. I'm just listening.
Weird. Okay.
I was thinking. Actually, popped into my head. You said like they're on a warpath, and I was like, yeah, they're taking ass and kicking names. And then I was like, well, that's not right. And then you were like, "What are you doing right now?" And I was like, "Nothing."
Nothing. No,
I was
not
having
doing
perfectly
anything.
normal thoughts and listening, like a human being.
Nothing.
Nothing about
nothing weird.
taking ass.
And kicking names.
Yeah, I don't.
Also, whatever that means. Okay, this week we're in Pittsburgh. The first shot that we see outside of besides the exterior of the building is the girls like walking into the studio, and they like go by the front desk and they're like, "Hi, G," like, good morning. And Holly asks G about Abby's mom. And then Holly says in her talking that a lot of the girls have a personal connection with Mrs. Miller. Mrs. Miller, Abby's mom, is like taking a turn for the worse in this episode. That's going to be a theme that we're going to keep revisiting.
I didn't realize that Abby's mom was a lot of the girls' first dance teacher.
I didn't realize that either.
That's an interesting wrinkle.
But Abby, got the studio from her mom. But
and she still has all this fucking blustery nonsense about it. This is my studio. You didn't even start. She's like Elon Musk.
Yeah.
You didn't start shit, dude.
She does say huge, so she's basically Donald Trump.
Did you know that Elon Musk didn't actually start Tesla? That's a fun fact.
Yeah. Elon Musk has been a piece of shit for a long time.
Hooray!
Yeah, it's great. And now he's basically the president. What was I going to say about Abby? Fuck, I lost my train of thought. The fuck was I talking about? I don't know.
What the fuck was I talking about?
So then we cut to the mirror room and we're in the middle of a photo shoot. This episode is fucking crazy. There's so much happening, so much that I should not be witnessing as a viewer. And also the editing, sorry, PA Brandon, ass.
I don't
Edward
think he
Scissorhands,
edits.
like I've said before, cutting it up in the Lifetime studio.
I don't
It's
think that's
terrible.
Brandon. That's
I guess that's true. He's a PA. He's not an editor.
some dude named Eric.
Ugh,
Eric the editor.
gross.
And he sucks.
Probably true. Fuck you, Eric.
Yeah.
All my
Some
homies
guy
hate
named Eric is
It's
like,
what the
"Hey."
hell did I do? Yeah. Okay, so Mackenzie's apparently having a photo shoot in the mirror room.
Yeah.
There's a green screen. She's got outfits. She's got that shit on. It's very confusing. And Abby tells us that there are going to be auditions for the new girls. She's in her talking head. She's like, I've got a lot going on this week. We're going to have auditions for the new team. Mackenzie has a photo shoot. There's a competition. And my mom's not doing well. So, I have a lot going on this week. And it's just, I think it's a very weird way to start the episode.
Yeah.
With, hey, this thing about Abby's mom. Iggy's about to fall asleep.
Oh, please.
Nope.
Wait for it. No, keep talking. She'll get there.
Abby's, she's got, the photo shoot thing. She's got the team that she's, trying to audition for. And her mom's health is taking a turn.
And that's very sad. It almost feels like there was a lot of actual content about this. They filmed scenes and they didn't quite work. So they're just Abby, can you just summarize what's been going on the last couple hours?
I think that's true about, we're going to get into it a little bit, but I think that's true about the pyramid. Where they just were oh fuck, we have to do that this week. Because it's it's such...
Brandon was out sick. And
they're
so
fuck, we have to use last week's headshots too. Damn it.
Peyton's still in there somehow.
Yeah, the moms are in the den talking about Abby's mom and Abby's mood and being how do we think she's doing? It's very Chop Tina. It's doesn't make any sense. It's very strange. So we're in the mirror room now again, and the photo shoot stuff is still set up, and the girls are just lined up in front of it to do the pyramid of children.
Yeah.
It's very weird. And then Abby's she's congratulations, last week, overall high score, 12th week. This week we're going to Columbus again. Rips off the first piece of copy paper, and it's Maddie. And
That's when I knew.
Jaw on the floor, shocked.
I knew a bit was happening.
I did not. I was
there's a
oh
bit
my
going
God.
on.
I have an all caps. This episode is insane. And then I have Mac, Kendall, Chloe, Nia. Oh, she's doing a thing.
Yes.
And she says, you're all on the same level because you all did what you were supposed to do.
Yeah.
And because they kept dancing when they couldn't hear the music.
A rare,
Totally fair.
very rare compliment from Abby.
However, I smell a stunt because Kalani is still at the top. So she leveled all these bitches out to be on the bottom, effectively, structurally.
Right.
So that she could still exalt one child over all the others as the superior child.
Well, wasn't Kalani also in the group?
Yes.
So, you were all great.
But Kalani was
just
extra great because she has
extra
solo.
great. Yeah. She crushed it.
But it, like, do you know what I'm saying? Where it's like, she's
Yeah.
technically, like, the top of the pyramid, and they're all racking it out
They're-
evenly on the bottom.
I think they're all the top, and Kalani's just the tippity top.
Okay, that's fair. And I
wasn't super mad about that.
I bet Abby just didn't have the bandwidth to, like, do it. She was like, oh, they all did great. Put them all on the same level. Kalani had a solo. Or a producer was like, hey, girl, this is the pyramid this week, because we need to do one.
Sure.
She's like, okay, that sounds good, whatever.
That's fine. Melissa, at some point, I don't know exactly when this happened. But
Ooh, I hate Melissa this episode, girl. She pisses me
I'm
off.
telling you, man. But she, in a talking head, I can't remember if it happened right here, but in a talking head, she's like, when Abby is, I like that we're keeping Abby busy, because when Abby isn't busy, she thinks. Which made me laugh.
That down
Which made me laugh because,
like, I wrote that down
obviously, she doesn't think when she is busy. She just terrorizes children.
Oh my god, it's so funny when she's not. Oh yeah, when Abby's not busy, she thinks, "LOL, hilarious."
Yeah, that really got me.
Okay, let's see. The Abby tells the girls at this moment that the audition process for this like elite super squad has come to an end.
I'm so tired of this, man.
And then she says, this week we're selecting the new team. Hey guys, no we're not. Just throwing that out there. She says this week we're going to pick a new team. That does not happen, spoiler alert, on this episode. She is once again full of shit.
Are her eyes brown?
I was about to say she was like you just a second ago. She's full of shit. Where the fuck am I talking about, dude?
Fuck was I saying?
The fuck was I talking about? Oh, she says that the new team is gonna like battle royale with the existing team a lot.
No, they're not.
She's like, each one of you MFs is gonna have a complimentary MF on the other team, and you're all gonna be battling constantly, which is like just kind of annoying. Just to like be
also,
totally like
straight
that.
up not gonna happen.
Straight up not true.
Abby would not do that. She wouldn't have two like B+ level teams or A- level teams.
She's gonna have two A+ teams.
She's gonna have one A+ team and like a C team that's like they're like the minor league. They're like the scout team or whatever. Like, yeah, you guys are the practice squad. You guys still get to rehearse, but you're not expected to win. My A team is over here. If one of them leaves, we'll call up the best one of you.
Oh, yeah.
Or whatever. Like, that's for sure how she would do it. She would not have two, like, B+ level teams that compete against each other. That's not how she does things.
That's fair. Mackenzie is shooting a music video.
I'm happy about that.
Mackenzie, I am too. Mackenzie did this music thing, this, like, B-plot music thing so fucking long ago. Like, many episodes ago, and it's just randomly reappearing.
I love
and
it.
then next week, it will just as mysteriously disappear once again, probably. Maybe not. Maybe it'll continue and whatever.
Bro, I hope Maxie. I know nothing. The fact that I haven't heard of her before
she
this
does
show,
do music now, as not
That's
Maxie.
crazy.
She does it as, like, Kinsey, I think is her stage
I
name.
wish you hadn't told me that.
Weirdly enough, a long time ago, like back when I was still recording this in my parents' basement and I had new guests on every week, that basement
was sick, though.
That basement was sick. That basement was tight.
Toit.
Because it was a basement apartment. It was sick. My mom's been living there because she had surgery on her foot. She can't go up and downstairs.
Oh, damn.
And it's really funny because my dad will like come home from work and hang out in the apartment and be like, all right, bye. And then go upstairs and sleep in the big bed upstairs. And I called my mom today and I was like, are you serious? I was like, man, that sucks. And she was like, no. She was like, well, your dad snores. So it's nice to not have that. And she was like, and it's not going to be comfortable for him. She's like, I got this big old boot on. I'm going to hit him with it.
Fair.
Who cares?
Rachel?
Welcome home, Mom.
Dude, Iggy's been on one, by the way. She was over here
Squirmy,
wrestling with
wormy,
me
like
10 straight minutes.
She went to the vet today, so she's feeling particularly bold.
She's feeling sassy.
we gotta. I don't. Do you listen to the podcast anymore?
Yeah, I do.
We got a listener request for you to be on it. She sent in an email. I know. I knew you'd think that was exciting. She wants you to hate watch one episode and sit down and do it.
I would not be a hate watcher. I know like so much about dance moms. Like that's one of the things we bonded over when we first became friends. And I was supposed to be on that one podcast, but he had.
I know. Yeah, we had a coworker who had a work emergency, and Rachel couldn't be a guest.
He sent me into a
Because and she was so upset. She was like, if I'm not a guest on the podcast, we're not going to be friends. This was like 2 years ago.
You're never gonna ask me again.
And then I was like, Eli, you want to be? That was actually.
It was before Eli
it was the impetus to ask him to be on full time.
Did you just call me impotent?
Yes.
Dang.
Me and Rachel
Guys, we
don't
can't
see
do
it.
this. We can't do it. I can't be roasted from two people.
Iggy, confused and concerned, just standing in the kitchen. This is one of the most chaotic episodes
This
we've
is
recorded
insane.
in a long
I
time.
really hope this is no one's first. You know,
People are like, what the fuck is this even going on about?
You know what's really funny? I was
What?
talking to one of my like kind of acquaintances or whatever. We were just kind of catching up earlier today, and mentioned that I was going to record a podcast, and she was like, "Oh, you have a podcast?" And I was like, "Hold, okay." So
You're like,
I was like,
someone has this, and
Amanda
I am
has
on it.
yeah, and I'm also there.
Yes.
It's a Dance Moms podcast, and she was like, "Well, I have to listen to an episode," and I was like. Okay, I gotta go back to when there was like more structure.
The first time that you were on, we were all business.
If anyone is like, I need to listen to an episode, I send them Brooks back. It was like season 2.
Yours?
Yeah, well, yes, I was there.
Yeah.
And also that was the one where I made the misogynist joke.
You would send them the highlight
So I just sent them
reel.
that
That
one.
is so annoying.
Because
of
that's the
you.
perfect combination of there's still structure to it,
Sure.
but also there is a little bit of like fun craziness or whatever.
That is true.
Speaks to how like,
was like the sweet
infrequently
spot.
he makes a joke that hits.
No, Rachel. That was the joke. That
That's
hit.
true.
That is the hardest I've ever seen Amanda laugh.
I've never laughed at anything he's ever said any more than the misogynist. Okay, I have a clip of me laughing at. Okay,
This is so good.
for the setup.
Because
Eli,
you've played this on the podcast before, and also
True.
this was in an episode before.
True. I'm not gonna give you the setup. Fine, I just won't play it then. How about that? No,
No,
I'm gonna play it. No, I
love
didn't
it.
play it again. No, okay. Oh fuck! Hang on, my audio wasn't on. Oh my god!
Oh my
What
god!
an insane episode. Also, look at this squiggly.
That's a
Look
hell
at
of
that
a cut.
squiggly line too.
Damn, that's a hell of a squiggle, dude.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Oh, remember back in the day when it was pink?
Anyway, Brooke's back. That's the episode where that
Season
happened.
2, episode
Go listen to
12.
it. It is pretty funny.
That, yeah.
Okay, we have to focus. We have to focus
Jesus.
on this episode for the
Episode's
love of fuck.
Going to
We
be
have
3
to.
hours long.
This is gonna be a bitch to edit tomorrow with one hand too, because my left arm I'm gonna be like, because I'm gonna have my tattoo tomorrow. I'm gonna be
right.
passed out with my right hand editing, which I don't really. I mean, I use my mouse, so it's not like I use my mouse with both of my hands. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Okay, locking in for real, for real.
I don't believe you.
Fuck you, dude. Let's see. Blah 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 blah. Oh, okay. So Mackenzie's shooting a music video, and we're gonna have auditions with the other students at the studio to decide who's gonna be in the vid.
Which is fantastic.
And Mackenzie's gonna make the choices, which
that
I love.
made me laugh out loud.
And Maddie goes, "No, she's not gonna pick me."
Yeah, as soon as...
And then Mackenzie goes to her, like whips her head, and she goes, "I am gonna pick you. Stop."
Yeah, that's such sibling shit.
Oh my god,
I
it
love
made me.
that.
I was like, I have to call my sister. It really was that. Like, no, she's not gonna pick me. Stop. I am
No,
gonna pick you.
immediately.
Yeah,
Maddie-
I am gonna pick you. Stop.
Yeah, Maddie, just as soon as she said it.
I am gonna.
Oh,
pick
no,
you.
she's not going to pick me.
I am gonna pick you.
I bully her every day.
yeah. Abby tells the girls and the moms that Abby's mother is also passing away. It's such a whiplash.
Yeah,
of
it
like,
was-
hey, so my mom is dying.
Yeah, my mom is dying. And then Melissa.
And she's like, she's
right on
not going to get
cue-
any better.
Right on cue, Melissa starts crying.
Melissa
And-
says,
and
how can I
says-
make this about me?
And says, thank you for letting me be a part of her life.
Okay,
Or her be
so
a part of my life, or whatever she said.
I'm actually being really serious right now. I'm being so fucking for real. People who identify as being a part of the queer community, I need you to write in. I really think that there is something going on between Melissa and Abby. I'm being really serious. I think there is a codependent WLW situation happening here that I would like a queer person's perspective on. Women loving women. It's I think that there's something there. She will incessantly remind the viewer and Abby that she loves her throughout this episode, even when it's not reciprocated. And
It almost never is.
And it almost never is. And I just have, I'm being really serious. I just have some questions about this. If nothing else, it's giving codependent friendship. But codependent friendship where they're I don't know. There was one time where Melissa kissed her on the cheek or something, and it was like, I remember thinking like, what is?
And then she like
This is like not a friend thing. This is like a little bit extra. I don't know. It's just like, it's interesting to me. And Melissa will also use Abby's mother's terminal illness to remind the other mothers that Abby loves her more than the others. And that's just fucking off. It's just not this. It's not what everybody else is doing. No. And everybody else seems to be like doing the respecting boundaries
like earnest
thing.
And genuine.
I need someone to see me in this. And maybe I'm bullshitting. Maybe I'm talking out of my butthole. But I think that there is something underneath the surface that's happening there.
Sure.
That's just me personally.
That's a great Crown show, actually. Beneath the Surface.
Just saying.
Back in 2017 or something.
A what?
Beneath the Crown.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't
Carolina Crown.
Carolina Crown? I didn't hear that.
My
first
drum
one.
corps peeps, Beneath the Surface. They play, their first note is fortissimo, all
Sure.
brass. So good.
All
Literally
brass, no breaks.
That's so good.
Thank you.
So good.
Thank you.
I want to.
What?
Fuck it, we're taking a slight
Oh
detour.
my god, we're never gonna
Scott-
get through the fucking
No,
episode,
Scott and I
bro.
have this great idea that we should form like an exhibition only WGI, like it's
Sure.
Winter Drumline or whatever.
Sure.
Call it like the Arthritis Brigade or something. It's only for age outs. Like you have to be.
Oh yeah.
And we don't actually compete. We just do exhibition performances, and we do all just
over
like
me.
fun shit like that. I think that's a great idea. I think it'd
Okay.
be so much fun.
I support this. I think that's a great idea. Okay, Melissa makes Abby's pain about her, and she, like you said, says, "Thank you for letting me be a part of your mom's life." Freaky. Freako. Not to say that gay things are freaky, but like there's just something nefarious happening here, and I think it's motivated by unrequited romance.
Yeah, Maddie then starts crying and runs to Abby, who
I
hugs
know.
her.
And Melissa in her talking heads says that, or no, she says in real life, says that she loves Abby. This is clock it. Start the counter. This is the first time Melissa says that she loves Abby and her mom, and I at this point am clocking that I don't really feel like this should have been on TV. This because Maddie starts crying, McKenzie starts crying, Chloe, sweet sensitive baby, runs to Abby, starts crying. And I'm like, okay, I don't think that this should have been on television. This is kind of intimate.
At this moment, I literally, in my notes, wrote, what the fuck is all of this?
Yeah. Like why am I seeing this?
I
don't
yeah.
want to see this. I really don't.
Then Abby, like, regroups. Just,
like
out of nowhere.
like a robot. And is like,
just-
okay, let's talk about solos this week.
Yeah.
Kendall's doing a solo.
Dream it.
Nia gets a solo. Kendall gets a solo. Nia's solo is called Damsel in Distress. And you can see on Holly's face that she's like,
just like, fuck
all right. Okay. Feminist icon Dr. Holly is like, okay, that's kind of annoying, but whatever.
At least it's not racist.
Well, oh, don't worry. There's racism in this episode, too.
Hooray!
Don't worry. We're just getting started. Holly hates the name as Damsel in Distress. Kalani and Chloe are getting a duet, which this is a lot this week. Like, even just the sheer volume of, like, numbers that we're doing.
This is what they
that's
used to
a
do.
lot. Yeah, I know,
solos,
but, like,
a duet in the group, that's what they have always done.
God damn, it's just a lot.
Also, I love that they put Chloe and Kalani together because I think skill-wise they're about the same. They're about the same size and age. And so, like, and they're both super excited for it. Like, hell yeah, let's put those two together.
Something
They're going to be
different.
great.
Yeah. Everyone is in the group for now, she says for now. The group is called Bollywood and Vine, and it is just as culturally appropriating as you would assume.
Hooray.
It's awful. That's terrible. I have Bollywood and Vine. I'm scared.
Yeah.
And that terror doesn't go away. Abby in her talking head says that her priority this week is being with her mom. Thank fuck. Because I was really afraid that she said, my priority is the kids. My mom will understand. I was afraid she was going to go that route. And then she didn't. Thank the sweet Lord she decided to actually be with her ailing mother.
Yeah.
Like,
well, also any excuse to be away from the studio. Abby's going to jump at it.
also true. The moms are upstairs, and Melissa says it's nice to see that she has feelings like that. That's insane to be like, oh yeah, you know, it's good to know that the person I'm in love with has feelings.
Yeah. Maybe she'll have feelings for me too.
That's
someday.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
She breaks out into song. She's
Abby,
actually in a Disney movie.
Abby Lee Miller,
We know
you
you're listening.
fucking wish that you could choreograph a Bollywood number. My sister married a man whose family's from India. We had an Indian wedding. I've seen Indian dancing. This is not, girl. Bollywood, she ain't it. This is not what this is. you fucking wish you could do it. They're doing the group rehearsal, and it looks like what white people think Indian dancing is.
Well,
check the
as
material.
performed by 5 white girls
ask
taught
the
by a
audience.
white dance teacher.
Yeah, exactly. Christy in her talking head says that, wait, is Kalani white? And Nia's
Question
not.
Mark? Nia didn't do the dance. Oh, spoiler alert.
Nia rehearsed, though, because she gets
a little bit.
yoinked out of it.
Right.
But definitely choreographed by a white woman.
Yeah.
Boots, for sure.
Yeah, Kalani was, the jury's still out.
I don't know.
Kalani, if you're listening, what are you?
My God, Kieran, you can't just ask
You
people
can't
why
just
they're
ask
not
people
white.
what they are. Yeah, why aren't you?
If
Why
you're
are
from
you
Africa,
white?
why are you white? Oh my God.
That's an
You just ask
all-timer.
people why you're white. That's such a good movie, dude.
Yeah.
Also fraught with its own problems, but fuck, that movie's hilarious.
Yeah, it was
The
made.
movie is so funny.
Yeah. Yes.
Christine, her talking head, says that Abby is doing the right thing by being with her mom. Correct opinion. Kira says that she doesn't understand this like new group thing. She's like, let's not talk about something that's so upsetting. Talk about something that's only mildly upsetting. Why the fuck does Abby want a new group? The group she has is great. What the hell is the point of any of this?
Good point, Kira.
Great question. Don't know. Abby calls Melissa and is like kind of freaking out. And she's like, I just need to be alone. All of this is happening very fast. Melissa is crying. She's not on speakerphone, which I think is interesting. They're having like a private convo. Melissa says
She's
that
still sitting in the Lido deck, isn't she?
Yeah, but usually if someone's on the phone, they usually put it on
yeah,
speakerphone.
yeah.
But she's not doing that. And later on down the line, when Abby calls someone, Melissa takes her off of speakerphone to talk to her. Interesting. Melissa says at this point that she talks to Mrs. Miller every day.
That's
Hey,
weird.
what? You know what I mean? What? Like, hey, what? I don't know. Like, what do you mean? You talk to her every day. That's so weird.
That's bizarre.
It's very bizarre. We get a commercial. We come back from it, and we're seeing Nia rehearse for solo. And Holly says that this number is all about her facial expressions, and like she needs to focus. It's a musical theater-y dance number.
Which, honestly, I very rarely give Abby credit. I think this was a good idea because the actual dancing is not super challenging. But the feedback she often gives Nia is you need to perform more. You need more face. You need more emotion. And this, like, fucking forced her to do it.
It's giving face. Yeah,
It's
for sure.
face.
It's giving face.
Have you seen Scary Movie 4?
No.
It's all right. So there's one part where, what's her name? Oh God, what's her name? Not Amy Smart. Is that her name? The blonde woman who's in all the scary movies. Whatever.
Okay.
So she like is in a house and like a face pops up and scares the shit out of her. Mm-hmm. She's then telling the story to someone else later on, and she's like, "I saw a face," and the guy goes, "Did it have a nose?" And she goes, "Yeah," and he goes, "That does sound like a face." It is one of my favorite jokes in any movie. It's so
does
fucking
sound like a
stupid.
face.
It's so good. That does sound like a face. Like very seriously. I don't know how he delivered that line. I could never have done it.
Without cackling.
I could never have done it.
Holly says it's about facial expressions. Jill says that she and Kendall, she like comments and notes that Nia and Kendall are going to go head to head this week because one's 11 and one's 12.
It's like, their ages are the
like,
same.
that's
They might be
interesting.
competing against
Like-
each other. Yeah, Jill.
Thank you, Captain
They
Obvious.
sure are.
So observant of you to say that.
Put your fucking fedora on.
Her bangs look so good in this episode.
They
the
were-
bangs and
were
like
banging.
the poof, like god damn, I wish I had her hair. It looks so fucking good.
You do
it looks
not.
no, it doesn't look good. It looks good for the time.
Sure.
She was eating them
She
bitches
was-
up in 2012. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it was.
Or like 2014. 10
whatever it
years
was,
ago,
yeah.
she was like
was
slaying.
killing the game.
She really was, yeah. Holly says in her talking head, like she comments, Nia has not placed with a solo at all this season.
Yeah.
And she really wants that. And she's like, I'm worried that if she keeps being set up to fail or continuously like doesn't place with her solos, she's going to lose her confidence.
Yeah.
I don't want her to do that. I want her to keep her confidence. It's just so sweet.
Yeah, Nia tends to be not like overly cocky or whatever, but like she seems rather self-assured. Obviously, she has Dr. Holly for a mother.
Duh.
So she's like going to be one of the most well-adjusted kids there. But yeah, even something like that can shake like the most confident.
Yeah, if you get
Amazing
rejected
kids.
enough times, it's gonna
You start to believe it.
Yeah, absolutely, especially as a kid.
Yeah.
Jill says that Kendall is really nervous. Jill says that Kendall is so nervous that she's not having fun. She's like, she's so consumed with the idea of winning that I'm worried she's going to stop having a good time.
That is the crux of this entire show, by the way.
True.
Like, just let the kids have fun. That's the thing, is whenever you can make the thing fun, kids become more attached to it and they care more about it. Blah,
True.
blah. It's not for like this. They don't feel like this obsession with it. They don't feel like this incredible pressure to win. They just go out and have fun. And honestly, when you're having fun, you perform your best in any art form.
True. Excuse me. True. Don't start this with me.
I didn't say a word.
I do not want to hear
I
this
didn't
from
say
you.
a word. You're not going to hear a word.
You pooped in my bathroom. I don't want to hear
Where
any
else would
criticism.
you like me to poop?
I don't want to hear any
On your
criticism
couch?
from you about me burping.
On your back porch?
I don't want to hear it. Okay.
Front porch?
Let's see. Oh, then Jill says in her talking head that this is Kendall's best genre, so she's like, maybe I have nothing to worry about. Great.
Yeah.
Everything I just said, maybe I was just kidding. I'm like, okay. Maybe I was doing just kidding. Like, awesome. She also says in her talking head that she needs Nia to be beat this week. She says, I need Kendall to beat Nia this week. Yikes. Fucking yikes.
What do you have? Is she a part of your parlay?
Also,
Jill?
fuck you because you just were like being BFFs with Holly.
I
So
mean,
like that feels kind of shitty to be
Well-
like, I love Holly, but fuck her kid.
well, that's not what.
like
Okay,
that's
I think she's just.
seems a
saying-
little dramatic.
She's like, there's a clear pecking order here. I think she also knows that Kendall is in like
yeah,
the
she
bottom
does say the
couple.
hierarchy thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and so she's like, I understand there's a hierarchy. I just need Kendall to hold on to her spot.
Yeah, that's fair. White knuckle onto like 90th place. At least you're not 91st. Yeah. Mackenzie, or I'm sorry.
That really got me. Oh, you like
Why
that
are you
one, huh,
acting
baby
brand
girl?
new, girl? I am funny every week. I don't know why you're shocked. I do not understand.
What's in that Sprite, huh?
It's a Coke. It's what Rachel's on all the time. Those Sprites, dude.
Cocaine?
Yeah.
Never done
Rachel
cocaine.
on Sprite is like,
I usually.
she has this whole formula for Sprite in freezer timing because she doesn't want to drink things cold. She wants to drink things almost frozen.
Hell
like
yeah.
that level of cold. So like the number of times she's texted me, can you put a Sprite in the freezer? I'm almost home. Because she wants it to be frozen in like 23 minutes. It's like a whole
That's
mathematical
hilarious.
equation. It's crazy.
I only drink Sprite Zero. Like that's.
Tell
just
that to
my
that
thing.
can of regular Sprite right there.
They taste almost identical. I gotta tell you.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Sprite
just
Zero and regular Sprite?
bubbly, just a little sweet. It's awesome.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. You're not a caramel colored soda girly. You're not a Diet Coke girl or like a Dr. Pepper girl.
I
Yeah.
love Dr. Pepper. I very
Dr.
rarely
Pepper.
drink it. That strawberries.
Is
and
this too
cream
much
one
sugar?
is fucking dope.
The strawberries and cream Diet Dr. Pepper is
Yeah.
so fucking
That
good,
can
dude.
have my children.
Oh, I
It's
can't.
so
Oh my
good.
god, I cannot wait to drink that in the summer in the pool with my sister.
Hell yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be so much fun.
Bro, put some whiskey in there.
Rachel makes
That would work real well.
she does not makes, that's really dramatic. She puts Malibu in Sprites. Almost like she
Yeah,
makes
Malibu
Malibu and
Sprite,
Sprite
of
like
course.
that's like she's a fucking bartender.
Splash of pineapple
She
juice.
put it's never gotten that serious in our house, but
Splash of grenadine if you're feeling real fancy.
I love grenadine, dude.
Yeah.
I would drink grenadine by itself.
That's disgusting.
Grenadine is
Don't
so
do that.
good.
How good?
I can feel it like deteriorate my teeth. So good.
good.
Okay, we're seeing the audition for. We have
just
to
can't-
focus.
we can't help
We
it.
got in case of the giggles, and now we can't stop. We're those kids in the back of the class who can't shut the fuck up,
Dude,
and
we
the teacher's
literally
gonna
were.
email our moms.
We literally were in grad school.
True, that is true. Yeah,
And
there's
poor Elliot sitting next to us, just like, guys, can we pay attention,
one time.
please?"
One time you told me.
Oh no.
One time you asked me if I could picture Elliot ever having sex with someone.
Oh, and the answer is no.
I said yes, and you were like, I
no.
can't.
There are some people that
Which
I
is
believe
so
are asexual.
mean. That is so rude of you to be like, I bet that guy doesn't like lay pipe.
No,
That's
it's just I
mean.
can't picture it.
Oh, okay.
Who knows? Maybe he's.
I don't
No.
know. Who knows? But it was really
I
funny.
can't
Can you,
imagine.
can you imagine Elliot having sex with someone? I was like,
Some
yeah, I
people, it's like
guess.
very It's very easy to imagine them as like
Sure.
sexual beings. Others, it is way not.
There's an interview of Pete Davidson where someone asked him about his tattoos, and he's like, "Well, I just look like I fuck." You know what I mean? Like, why do you have so many? He's like, "Cause it looks like I fuck." What do you mean?
Oh, that's funny as hell.
Okay, we're seeing the auditions for Mac Z's music video.
I loved this scene.
It's so fucking fun, and I also love that Mackenzie still does music. I think that's really cool too.
I also love that through this whole process, she's literally taking notes.
Handy dandy notebook.
That really got to me.
Scribbling Blue's Clues. She's got a big pen and a half the size of a like yellow legal pad, going fucking nuts on that on the notes. It's
I genuinely
so
wish
cute.
she'd had like an orange Fanta.
Handy
can
dandy
right there.
notebook from Blue's Clues for real.
Hell yeah, dude, that show was great.
So true. I saw Blue's Clues live when it came to TPAC in the early 2000s.
Wild.
And then every time you saw a clue, we had these little lights that had paw prints on them, and you were supposed to like wave the little light around. I
That
went with
is
my mom,
adorable.
and the curtain was face. It was giving
Hell
face.
yeah.
But it was like a projection. That would
Serving
be like, hi,
face.
kids. I need to ask my mom if she remembers that. Okay,
Shows a
Chloe
fever
gets
dream.
cut from this, which is so fucking mean. And Christine, her
Because
talking
Mackenzie
head...
knows that she's a threat to Maddie, so
Yeah.
she's like, yeah.
And,
this is me standing up for my
Abby's
big
also
sister.
sitting right next to her. And I'm sure she was like, you don't really need all of the people from our team.
Isn't
Give
Chloe
the
a
new
little
girls
tall,
a
don't you
chance."
think?
Yeah, that kind of stuff. And Christy says, well, she cut her because Abby doesn't want anyone in the video that's cuter than Mackenzie.
Damn. Damn.
Which I thought was so fun.
Get wrecked, Maxie.
And then Abby asks her about her sister. She's like, what do you think about Maddie? And Mackenzie goes, I guess she's a yes. And then Abby, kind of as a joke, looks at Mackenzie and says, I don't know, I think she could be better used as an assistant for me.
And
Mackenzie
Mackenzie's
goes,
like,
that
"Okay."
would be better. And
Okay.
Abby's like, kind of shocked. And then she tells Maddie, hey, girl, you're going to be an assistant. And Maddie looks like kind of sad. And then Matt goes, I don't know, maybe she would be better on camera. And like, I thought that to be very sweet as a younger sister when you get the upper hand, which is not often. And you try to like pull a fast one on your older sibling, and then it kind of hurts their feelings, and you immediately take it back.
Oh, yeah, I'm just kidding.
I'm just kidding. Don't tell mom. Yeah.
Iggy, lay down.
You lay down.
Don't attack my hand. She's on one today.
Oh.
That's sound. Iggy, lay down. No.
Anyway, it was very sweet. Just like girls like playing dress up kind of vibes. And Abby says this is an exciting thing for her because she's never produced a music video or music before. Didn't know she was going to be a producer. Also, spoiler alert, this doesn't turn into anything in this episode.
Which is kind of a bummer.
Just kind of a
There
bummer,
was so
honestly.
much else going on, though.
Yeah, it was just too much too much jelly for one biscuit. It was just like, we got a lot going on here.
No such thing as too much jelly for one biscuit, if you
I
know what I mean.
don't think that that's true. We see the group rehearsal. Moms are upstairs, and Abby says there's another situation with the costumes, and she doesn't want to do what we did last week. She's like, I'm not letting y'all bitches come in here and bring a bunch of shit and piecemeal it together. No. We're having the right amount of girls for the right amount of costumes. No one's faking it till they make it. Fuck no. And so she's like, all right, we have one too many girls, one too few costumes. Everybody do the number one more time, and I'm going to pull somebody. Obviously, it's Nia. Fucking duh. So she pulls Nia, and Holly is like, are you fucking kidding me? And the moms are like, oh, wait. They're like kind of watching in real time, like, what's going on? Like, what's happening? And Holly's like, Nia's a sacrificial lamb.
It's the same bullshit as
Obviously,
always.
duh. Yeah. And she says in her talking head that Abby can't do her job and add up how many costumes she needs. And so Nia's getting cut. Period.
That
Holly.
is like the
can't
most
add.
blunt that Holly has
read.
been. She's
Read.
just like, Nia again gets cut. It's because Abby's having issues. She's having counting issues with the costumes.
She can't fucking add.
And she's not doing her job.
Read.
Like,
It's awesome.
Boy.
Abby tells G and the girls to ignore Holly if she says something about Nia. She's like, I'm going to go visit my mom. If Holly starts something, ignore her. And
When
then she
has
leaves.
Holly ever started anything?
Not very often. And when
doesn't
she has,
start
it's
things.
been justified.
It's
too.
been way more than justified. There's been
Yeah.
several times where she didn't say anything. She was like,
And
well, I
she
don't know that
should've.
I agree.
Yeah.
And she should have. This was 100% justified.
I don't really want to talk about the next scene, to be totally honest. We see,
With her and her mom.
yeah,
when Melissa
Melissa and Abby.
I said
the hallway.
in my notes, it feels gross to watch.
I don't want to talk about it. They have a very intimate moment in the hospice center where they're just talking and it's a lot of crying. We should not have seen this on television, so
No.
we're not going to talk about it.
Not at all.
Back in group rehearsal, Nia, because she's just been cut from this dance, she's sitting in the corner, just like quietly observing.
That's me in the corner.
That's me in the spot losing my religion.
That's me
you know what I
in
mean?
the spot. I love that song.
The spotlight.
Spotlight, losing
Yeah, Spotlight,
my
that's
religion.
right.
Yeah. I was in the wrong key, but that's okay.
I only know that song because of Glee. Sorry.
Ugh.
Sorry. Corey Monteith sings that song.
As long as you got there, though.
Finn sings that song. What season is that? It's like a pretty early season. And there's a moment where he makes grilled cheese, and there's an imprint of Jesus on it.
Grilled cheeses?
And he prays to grilled cheeses. And at some point, the thing he prays for doesn't happen, and he sings Losing My Religion. It's true.
Maybe I will give that a watch.
Glee
sometime.
is
That's
an insane
funny.
show.
That's
Glee is crazy.
amazing.
All of my fellow recovering Gleek
Gleeks.
listeners, I know y'all are out there. Okay, anyway.
We just can't fucking do it.
I can't do it today. Don't fucking look at me like that, dog. I'm trying to focus. I'm trying to steer the boat. I'm trying to right the ship. Shut up.
And I'm running from side to side, tossing it around.
And you're on the mainland with a cowbell, just like dinging it around. And I'm trying to focus.
It sounds lit.
Yeah, it shouldn't
I'm
be.
like Will Ferrell in
to
that
focus.
SNL sketch. I have my cowbell. I'm just banging it and hip
That's
thrusting.
yeah, that's you. That's absolutely you.
That's
Okay,
what's going on in my head all the time.
Jill, in her talking head, says that she feels sick for Holly. Don't
Totally.
believe that. Sorry.
Yeah, totally.
Don't believe that even for a second. And Melissa comes in and she talks to the moms about things that we shouldn't be hearing about.
Abby's suffering.
Yeah, that we're not going to talk
her
about.
mom's suffering, rather.
Yeah, and also Melissa's suffering because she, is so invested.
Christy says,
Oh,
Abby
I
and
love
I
this.
aren't anywhere near being
Or
friends,
anywhere
but
near
I
being-
wouldn't wish this on anyone.
Very sweet. Thank you for a moment of humanity, Christy. That was actually very nice.
And I think Jill, she says it maybe not in the best way, but she says, like, we don't want to remember her as, like, a suffering old woman.
Sure.
We want to remember all the amazing things she did in her life.
Totally
and that
fair.
is 100% accurate. It is
Yeah,
very
very
hard
valid.
to see people you love or people you idolize or both or whatever as an incomplete version of them or a dwindling version of themselves, I think.
Yeah, no, I agree. My
That's hard to see.
My mom's dad passed away when I was really, really young, and there's a picture of him that's framed in my parents' house, and I remember talking about that picture one time with my mom, and he's standing next to my mom's last name. Well, I'm not going to say it because I don't want to dox myself, but my mom's maiden name and my social security number. No, he's standing by a road sign where like the street is their like last name, and they just like found it somewhere, and he's like standing outside taking a picture. And it was when he was starting to get sick, and my mom was like, "I like that picture because I like all my memories of my dad." But that's not like who my dad is when I think of my dad. I don't think of him like this. So she's like, I think of him as like, he was a farmer. He was in the military. He played the saxophone. He smoked a bunch of cigarettes. She's like, I think of him as
That sounds awesome.
There's a picture of him. Dude, my grandpa was a baller. There's a picture of him shirtless in the army with a saxophone around his neck and a monkey on his shoulder.
That guy,
and a cigarette hanging out of his mouth.
That guy was slinging pipe like
Not to be
nobody's
gross,
business.
but my grandpa fucks. You know what I mean?
Dude, I
That's
need
fucking
to show
awesome.
you pictures of my parents and grandparents when they were younger. They also were super hot.
I believe that. And my my Nana has journals of my granddad's from when he was fighting in World War II. And he, would just keep like daily like entry, kind of like keeping yourself sane thing. And he used to write about this woman in his journals. And I asked my Nana one time if that was her, and she went, nope. she said, this is my Nana who at one point also over Christmas said she was going to be as nice as she wanted to be. Period, Nana.
Love that.
She said, I don't know who that was, but all I know is that after the war was over, he came home to me. And that's what's important.
Damn right.
My grandparents are awesome. Okay, anyway. How do we get started about this? Or start talking about this? We were talking about how you want to remember people the way that you want to remember them, not necessarily how they leave this mortal plane. Okay, weirdly enough, going back to the duet rehearsal with Gianna, Christy is worried that since this is the first time that Chloe and Kalani have danced together, if it doesn't go well, it's going to be Chloe's fault. A fair thing to worry about because most things are Chloe's fault, even though they shouldn't be.
Yes, but she is excited for
Most
it
things are blamed on Chloe.
overall because she thinks it's just going to be good and they're going to push each other and blah, blah.
Some rando, Brandon probably, puts the push pin cork board in the back of the room with these random fuck-ass pictures of children we've never seen before on it as this, like, looming threat. It's almost like it would be less corny if someone picked up that corkboard and went, ooh, the new team.
Ooh,
like, that's...
Spectre.
And then, like, disappeared with it. Because that's kind of what... It just appears in the corner once. And we never see it ever again. And that's me in the corner.
I wish it had been Abby. That's what she should have done, is just put a huge picture of herself mid-yell at the kids or something.
Like she did with Kelly a couple weeks ago on the top of the pyramid.
Yeah.
Crazy shit. And she's like, this is the... Oh, who says this? Oh, Holly is, like, pissed. She's like, this is fucking ridiculous. This is just another mind game.
Yep.
She's over it. Okay, day of the competition, Abby is not going. The competition portion goes pretty quickly because no one's screaming at anyone. There's no fights.
Yeah.
So it actually goes, it's like, has a nice clip.
Someone brought that up later, actually.
Or it's like, oh, this is like kind of nice. On the bus, Dr. Holly whips out her giant, fat, throbbing doctorate in education and shows it to all of America. And she says...
Thought you were going somewhere else.
I know that you... And I kind of mean it a little bit. She really did her big one. And she is like, hey, girls, let's process our feelings in a healthy way. I'm going to start crying. She says, like, let's all sit and tell, like, positive memories that we have of Mrs. Miller.
Yeah, either our first or our favorite memories.
They are so fucking sweet. And Jill says, like... Or not Jill. Kendall says... I remember the first time I met her, she was wearing a really bright blue shirt and had a big, like, flower in her hair and a French twist.
The color of her
eyes. Her eyes looked really blue. And Chloe says, there was one time I did a solo, and Chloe's, like, sobbing. She's, like, really having a hard time keeping together because she's, like, such a sensitive person. And she says, like, I remember I did a solo, and after it was over, she was like, you did so good. You're growing up. I'm so proud of you. And, like, they sit and kind of swap these stories for a second, and then they sit and hold hands. And Holly's like, let's take a second and, like, reflect on all that Mrs. Miller has meant to us as a community and how thankful we are for her.
And then hosts a moment of silence, and then several people start crying. They hug one another.
And she's like, and she says, it's okay to feel your feelings. Dr. Holly, I'm in love with you. Like, that's fucking awesome.
It wasn't okay to do that then.
No, exactly. And also, that's probably the first person in this environment to ever say that.
Maybe Christy, but yeah.
Maybe Christy to just her daughter.
Sure.
But, like, to the whole group, to lead them in a group feelings exercise. Love ya, Dr. Holly. Love ya. When we come back from the commercial, we're at the competition without Abby again.
And Melissa and her talking head notes. You know, without Abby here, we're all more relaxed. But the girls miss her. They need their leader. They need her, or you need her.
Yeah, I don't know how. How can someone be relaxed but also need that person to be there? No, they're relaxed because they don't need her.
Yeah.
And
in fact,
Holly,
this is what the team should look like on competition day.
True. Yeah, if you really need your leader there that bad, your leader hasn't done a very good job.
Yeah.
Like, competition day is not the day to be learning your drill. You either know it or you don't at that point.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Damn right.
In the green room, Holly asks G if she's, like, feeling the pressure, and she's like, oh, yeah, you know, whatever. Right. Abby calls in. Melissa gets, I think it's Jill's phone, takes Jill's phone, takes her off of speakerphone, and starts talking to her.
Crazy.
Sus. And Abby tells her, she's like, I want you to know that Mackenzie misses you. And then she says, tell your mother I love her. And then says, I love you. And this is where I have in my notes, in all caps, this is weird, I'm sorry.
Yes, it is. And
then she starts crying.
I like at one point, Mackenzie asks if Abby is coming. And she does so, for our video listeners, she does so like, is Miss Abby coming?
Yeah, mouth breathing.
And her mouth is just hanging wide open. Like, girl, a fly's going to go in there.
Yeah.
Just being 9.
Yeah, just like being a child. And then we get a bunch of, like, nonsense about, like, the pressure and who's feeling it and blah, 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 whatever. G gives, like, this diet Abby pep talk, and it's, like, nothing.
Yeah, we've been shaky this week, but you need to ignore the other team. There is no other team. There's only you. Also, my phone autocorrects Kendall to Jendal a lot.
Sometimes mine autocorrects Christy to Krusty. Or it doesn't autocorrect it.
She's a nice lady.
It doesn't autocorrect it. You and I are next to each other. Sometimes I, like, accidentally will type Krusty instead of Christy.
Well, I've mistyped Kendall so many times as Jendal. My phone now autocorrects Kendall to Jendal.
That's really funny.
Yep.
Okay, it's time for the performances. I love Christy, dude. Like, I love her so bad because there are so many times in this episode you can tell that she's thinking something shady, but she knows not to say it because maybe now it's not the week. You know what I mean?
Sure.
There's a moment where Melissa is on the phone with Abby. I think it might have been just now in the green room. And the camera cuts to Christy and she hits her with one of these. Like, she kind of rolls her eyes a little bit. But she's not going to be like, Melissa, you always blah, blah. Because it's like, now's not the time. I'm not going to start a fight. You know, we're kind of going through some things. There's also, she's bothered. She's like bothered that Chloe's going to get, or she's going to be bothered if Chloe gets blamed for the dance not going well.
Right.
But she doesn't bring that up to the other moms.
But
she like fights that battle internally. Ig, what are you doing? She misses Rachel. She's hoping Rachel comes back inside.
Just oinking away over here.
And also Christy, girl, those girls are good, man.
Yeah, like it's
Chloe
fine.
and
But she
Kalani.
knows, and she like keeps it in her brain, and she's like, I'm not gonna pick fights.
Yeah.
Chloe and Kalani go, it's great. Kendall goes next, it's great. Nia, I don't know how the fuck the content of her dance has anything to do with the title, but it's great. It doesn't matter.
I don't care either.
Holly thrilled.
Yes, and about Kendall's solo, Jill says that Kendall was relaxed and had fun like she used to, you know, before Abby ruined her.
Yeah, true.
Iggy. Hello.
Taking a picture.
Her eyes like don't fit on her head. They're like too far out. You know?
Babe.
Hello.
Holly is thrilled at Nia like crushing it on the dance floor. She's like, I'm so proud of her, you know, all these things. In the green room, G says
all the girls swarmed
Yes.
backstage. They're like, dude, that
you
was
did it.
insane.
It was so good. Yeah. And Gianna says, like, I think everybody else in this room agrees, that was the best you've ever danced.
Yeah, that was back in the green
was
room.
like,
She's
"Thank
like, yes,
you."
that was lit. Well
She's
done.
giving real compliments. Love. Very exciting.
And Nia's like, what the fuck's happening right now?
She's like, okay. She's like, where's Miss Abby gonna?
What am I supposed to do?
She's gonna be like, bust in the door and be like, fuck you,
she's
actually.
hiding behind the curtains.
Like, gotcha. Fuck yourself. Yeah.
Just pours a glass of water on her head.
Yeah, gotcha. They're getting ready for the group. The costumes make me feel ill. The title is Bollywood and Vine.
They come
Whatever
out
you think of in
doing
your brain.
This whole thing, the
thing. Yeah.
the
I
hands.
hate it. I really hate it. And then they all stand in a circle, the girls and all the moms, and then they are like talking about how thankful that they are for Mrs. Miller. They start praying, and I just hope that everyone in the circle is fine that happened. That is the long and short of it. If they're all cool that happened, that's great.
My guess.
My guess is that that's probably
That-
not what
that's okay.
happened. I think it's probably not what happened. I'm sure somebody felt a little weird about it, but whatever.
Who do you think is the godless heathen of the group?
Jill.
Really?
Yeah. Because I think Jill enjoys like worldly things like designer bags too much to be a Christian.
Oh.
She openly says that she likes those kinds of things, and most
Yeah.
Christians are like chiller about it.
I don't
Your
think that's the
daughter
case.
has been sitting with her back to the camera, staring at the door, waiting for you. It's been like really sad.
Also, for anyone listening, calling Jill a godless heathen or whatever, I am a godless heathen. I don't mean to offend anyone.
Ig, what are your thoughts on religion? Put that mic up to her. Let her talk her shit.
You don't want to let her get on that soapbox.
Ig.
She won't get down.
She's like, no comment.
Look, she loves you so much. Ig, you want to go outside?
That's
Goes
not where
the
outside
opposite
is.
direction from outside.
Dude, she looks like she has war paint, like the coloring right
Yeah,
here.
like down.
on that. I have Angel or her tearway stain.
Oh, I think you look pretty.
Wait, those are tears? I thought it was mascara
Yeah, it's like tear stains. Her brain is
or eyeliner.
really susceptible to them. I have little face pad wipes. We do facials sometimes.
Oh,
That you do facials with Iggy? Oh, that's so adorable.
she has a. Ig, come here. Hop up next to Eli. Show me your trick. No.
Iggy, give me
Up,
your.
up.
Oh God.
Up.
Here, give me that.
No. I'm gonna toss it to her.
Iggy,
Get up
come
on the
here.
couch.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Hell yeah. Boing.
Iggy, sit. I'm gonna toss it to her. Oh, I hope the camera picks this up. I hope this works. Usually she will jump up and grab it.
She didn't even fucking move.
Egg. Egg, you're supposed to be a
That
star
could not have
babe.
gone better. That simply could not have gone better.
I don't know if I'm even like able to finish this episode. I'm like, this is gonna be a fucking bitch to edit too. This is
Hell
gonna
yeah.
suck ass.
If you're not a video viewer, you need to go watch what just happened. Holy crap, that was funny.
Egg, you're supposed to jump and catch it in the air, dude. That's your trick.
Oh shit. Okay, well we're close. I can't scroll down in my notes anymore.
Okay.
We're getting there.
So they do the dance. It's gross and it's annoying. They pray. That's also gross and annoying. It's not gross and annoying. I hope everyone was okay with it. I'm going to be honest. I hope everyone was just okay that happened, whatever. Y'all could never hold it down like real people who do those dances, but whatever. It's fine. Jill says in her talking head that like it was amazing and life-changing and whatever.
It just proves how good the girls really are because it's not their normal lyrical style.
Whatever. Ooh, not too. Be careful with that word normal, Jill. You better watch out with that. Okay, it's awards time.
Well, they're normal. What they normally do.
I know, but like,
it's what they normally do.
it's a step away from normal dances.
She didn't say
no,
that
no.
though.
That's why I says a step away.
That.
Step away.
She does have her fuck ass fedora.
Godless heathen, racist.
I don't think those are not the same thing.
Well, godless heathens are racist.
That's not.
Typically.
That's not true at all. That
I
is
don't know.
way
Maybe
not true.
There
I know
are
way
also
more
God-fearing
racist Christians.
people. That's true. There are God-fearing people who are incredibly racist. That's also true. Okay. Anyway, it's time for the awards with the guy who looks and probably acts like Bumper from Pitch Perfect. Nia gets third. Let's fucking go. Very exciting.
They started off at 5th, and I was really worried she was going to be.
If she doesn't place, I'm going to be really sad.
Well, I
about
thought
that.
she was going to get 4th, and it was going to be like a letdown.
That doesn't count.
She did okay, but it was kind of a letdown.
She got third.
Bang.
Bitch.
Bronze medal, dog.
Kendall got second.
Oh, dude.
Jill is like, I'm happy for her.
Yeah,
but it could have been first.
Good, but it could have been better.
Whatever. And like I guess that's understandable, but it's still annoying.
Whatever.
Kalani and Chloe, their duet gets first.
Duh.
Christy hits him with an absolute heater. She says, "I'm thrilled, but not surprised."
Of course.
Fucking period.
As soon as Abby announced this duet with Chloe and Kalani, I was like, "That's winning."
Yeah,
for sure,
awesome.
that's winning.
And
you take any combination of those two and Maddie, you take any duet, they're winning automatically.
Absolutely. Any iteration of Chloe, Kalani, and Maddie together, separate, whatever, one of them is going to win.
Yes.
The group also gets first. It is annoying that cultural appropriation is rewarded with first place, but whatever.
The third place dance was called "I Don't Speak German." The hell is that?
Is that a movie?
I don't know.
I feel like I've heard that as
German.
like maybe I'm thinking it's all Greek to me.
I don't know. Some language and
Anyway, whatever. They call Abby in the green room, tell her like the results and everything, and Nia says that she got third, and Abby's like, "Oh, good," and she says, "I want to be in the group dance next week," and Abby goes, "We'll see," like on the phone.
You want to know what's really interesting?
No.
Nowadays, I Don't Speak German is an anti-fascist podcast by Daniel Harper that discusses far-right media and white nationalist movements.
Interesting. So what does that have to do with a number in Dance Moms?
Nothing. This came out after that.
Oh, interesting. I don't know what that dance was about.
Yeah,
that's the end of the episode, bruh. That's the end of the episode. We made it.
We sure did.
And you know what's also insane? You know how long you and I have been talking? An hour 30. Which is the exact same amount of time as we always fucking do.
This has felt so...
We're on a different vibe, dude.
Unhinged.
We're on a different level this time.
Oh
it's
my
just
God.
different. It just is. Do you have a song of the week?
I do,
wanna
in
plug?
fact.
What is it,
is
dog?
called... wait.
Rachel!
I'm adding
shaking
it to the
ass
thing.
in the corner. Can I see you in the...
It's
you
called
find it?
Let's Go
Probably.
Sunning by Jack Shandlin, I
Okay.
think. And it's a delightful little song.
Rachel, quit shaking ass in the corner.
Never stop shaking ass, Rachel. Be yourself. I've shaken ass on this here podcast several times.
You're not shaking. You have been thrown ass on this podcast many times.
I've been Tina twerking for my life.
It's crazy. Lip syncing for his life, truly.
Indeed. But no, I was talking to Scott as we were walking through
Harry
downtown
Donut,
Chattanooga.
or Harry Bagel.
Yes,
Excuse me.
Harry Bagel McPherson. But we were walking through the streets of Chattanooga, and just like the sun hit our faces, and all three of us, like at the same time, were just like, "Oh, that's so good, dude!" And it's like I was like, I literally feel like a flower, and that reminded me of this song where one of the lyrics is like, "Pretty flowers need the sun." That applies to everyone.
Real. You said he's writing that song about me because I'm a pretty flower.
It's literally 1 minute and 42 seconds long. It's just this cute little thing about like, hey, go out in the sun.
Go touch some grass.
It's good for you. And
I love that.
It's old as shit. It's from like, I mean, look at that album cover. Are you kidding me?
I love that.
Yeah.
Also, sunning is like a pretty old thing to say. Too.
Incredibly, yes.
That makes sense.
It's better than tanning because like you're not necessarily going to get tan.
Yeah,
You're
just
just
the
going
sun.
to get in the sun.
Yeah. My song of the week is from the listener email. I want to plug the song Cotton Candy by Youngblood. That song is so fucking good, and I love Youngblood. Sort of.
Oh, there it is.
I love him tangent, like surface level. I'm not super into him. My other favorite song of his is Tissues. That's a fucking great song, too.
That was our 169th song that we've added.
Fuck yeah, dude. Right here, brother. Incredible.
Hell yeah.
Okay, dear listeners of the pod, thank you for sticking with us through what I can only describe as probably the most chaotic episode to date.
Yeah, this was...
I don't think we've ever been on our goofy goober shit harder.
We need to do a drunk episode.
I don't know. I get weird about thinking about me being drunk.
How about you stay sober, I'll get hammered.
And that'll be boring for both of us. Neither one of us will have
Hard
a good time.
disagree. I know how to entertain myself. I'm already drunk right now. I had one
Drunk
Sprite
and
and listen to me
giggling.
slurring my words.
I might do it. I think that's just my internalized shame around being drunk. But like proof of me being drunk is hard for me to digest sometimes. But if I'm in a controlled environment, maybe it'll be different. You know what I mean? Like a video of you at the club is one thing. A video of you getting drunk in your house is another thing. You know? Anyway, do you have anything else that you want to say at the end of this?
Follow us on social media.
Oh, yeah, if you feel like it. I'm back on Instagram. I'm going to post some hot pictures of me coming up, just letting you know. Because I'm getting new headshots taken, and I have the vision. I see it so clearly in my brain.
Is it your face?
Yeah, and
yeah.
which, love. The face card never declines. And I have decided that my aesthetic is going to be approachable baller. And I have great photo references.
Get
It's
that
gonna be
on
awesome.
a t-shirt, dude.
Approachable baller.
Approachable baller.
That's what I'm
is
going for.
Ridiculous.
That's what I'm going for. So follow me on Instagram if you feel like it. Also, you MFs that are always like, oh, Eli, blah, 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 on Instagram, sliding into his DMs. You can also slide into mine. Damn.
I think your DM
Corny
slides
as
would be very
fuck.
different. Mine are all bullying. With them, they'd be like, hey, you want to like make out sometime?
I'd be like, abso-fucking-lutely, I do. Duh. Eli's on Instagram. He's at Eli_farmer_.
Yup.
I'm at NotAmandaB_. Email us. Our email is thepyramidpodcast@gmail.com.
Dude, y'all been killing it with emails for like.
Bruh, I love a listener email for real. The listener emails this week are going to be like, hey, this episode was butt ass. This episode was shit out of a butt.
From a butt. That's what.
Me and Rachel had a graphic designer who we really did not get along with, and we used to call his graphics shit from a butt graphics. And it was always really funny. Anyway, I guess that's
Alyssa.
it. Good night, Alyssa. Thank you so much for listening. Goodbye.
Goodbye!
Oh, my vibrato suck, dude.
Dude, I'm physically.
I can still hear from up here.
Rachel said, don't worry, you're still bringing down the house.